Welcome to our special series where we dive into the weekly Torah portion, the Parashat HaShavua, to see what it can teach us about modern relationships. And we're doing it all with the amazing insights of Coach Mazal Klein.
Okay, so let's jump right in. This week's portion, Teruma, it gives us this really powerful image. It describes the cherubim, these angelic beings on top of the Ark of the Covenant. And here's the key part. Their faces weren't looking up or out, they were turned directly toward each other. It's this beautiful symbol of a deep, sacred, and totally focused connection.
And this whole idea of where we point our gaze, well, that's our main theme today. These cherubim are kind of our guide here. Their focus was inward, on each other, and that's what created this holy space between them. What this is really telling us is that a strong connection is built when our focus is on the person right in front of us, not on all the noise from the world outside. It's a lovely thought, right? But what does this ancient picture of angels looking at each other actually mean for us? Trying to make things work today. How does this idea apply when you're dealing with dating apps, social media, and that constant feeling that you have to measure up? And that gets to the heart of the problem, doesn't it? Instead of turning our faces toward each other like the cherubim, we so often end up turning our gaze outward. We look at other couples, we scroll through their perfect-looking lives, and we start to compare. We start to wonder if our own relationship is good enough. You hear this kind of anxiety a lot. It's like there's some external clock ticking, this pressure that comes from watching everyone else's timeline. And suddenly, there's this panic that has absolutely nothing to do with the actual health or the unique pace of your own connection. And then you have the social media effect, of course. You see these perfectly curated highlight reels, the sunset pictures, the glowing anniversary posts, and we start measuring our real, messy, private life against somebody else's public performance. It sets a standard that's not just unrealistic, it's completely fake. And this one can be the most damaging of all. We see what looks like a perfect connection from the outside, and instead of feeling inspired, a little voice of doubt creeps in. We start to question our own bond, wondering if we're missing something, all based on a quick glance at someone else's life. Yeah, this slide just lays it all out, plain and simple. Comparing is always a losing game because you're pitting their shiny, edited exterior against your raw, complicated, private reality. It's like comparing their greatest hits album to your unedited rehearsal tapes. It just doesn't make any sense. And look, this isn't just some abstract idea. It has real, tangible consequences. Let's walk through a story from Mazal's coaching practice that shows you exactly how this works, how outside opinions can really chip away at something good. So, picture this. A guy goes on a date. It goes great. He comes home just buzzing. He's excited. He feels confident. He's genuinely happy about the connection he just made. That feeling is pure, and it's his. It exists in that little private bubble between him and the person he just met. But then he gets home and tells his friends the good news. And immediately, the questions start pouring in. And just listen to these questions. See how they're all about external validation? Looks, personality traits judged from afar, trying to figure out if she's right for him? They pull him right out of his own good feeling and into the court of public opinion. And the effect, well, it's devastating. This quote says it all. His own genuine internal happiness was suddenly contaminated. The noise from the outside got so loud that it started to drown out his own intuition. He began to doubt if his own feelings were even real anymore. Okay, so if the outside world is always knocking at the door, how do we protect that sacred space inside our relationship? How do we actually turn our faces back toward each other, like those cherubim? Let's talk about the solution, about how we can build a stronger bond. All right, here are 3 really practical things you can do. First, identify and release. You have to get honest about what specific comparisons make you feel weak or anxious, and then you have to consciously decide to let them go. Second, focus on your path. Put your energy back into your own journey together. Celebrate what you two have at the speed that's right for you. And finally, create private moments. Make time for conversations and experiences that are just for you two, where the only like you need is from each other. And that brings us right back where we started, to that incredible image on the ark, the magic, the holiness, the real blessing of a relationship. It isn't found by looking over your shoulder to see what everyone else is doing. The real treasure is found on the inside. When you and your partner actually, truly turn your gaze inward and focus on each other, that is when you create your own sacred space. That's where the real connection, the abundance, and the blessing really are.
So, if anything we talked about today resonated with you and you want to explore how to build that closer communication in your own relationship, you're invited to get in touch with Mazel Klein. She's a fantastic coach for marriage and happy relationships, and she helps couples find their way to a deeper connection. You can reach her at the number right there on your screen, 052-328-6037.